Right, everyone, this is Andre Park coming to you live with today's Periscope. Going to be breaking down 5 keys to recovering from failure. I'm going to be talking about a subject here that, a lot of people sometimes just don't want to dive into because, it kind of exposes you a little bit as what's going on in your life. What are you going through? What are some of the personal challenges that you might be having in life? So we're going to break down today 5 keys to overcoming and recovering, from failures. Maybe you're the person that you had a home-based business before and you did real well in your home-based business. You're one of the top money earners and something happened to where that company went out of business. Or maybe you were the person that you were the high school prom queen or king and, you really had success in high school. You were maybe the MVP football player and then you went on into life and didn't really have the success that you were looking for. We're going to break down today 5 keys to recovering from failure. You might be in a position in life right now where you're feeling like, man, I'm down, I'm out. What am I going to do? How am I going to come back? How am I going to become successful? What am I going to do to transform my life into the vision, the dream, the things that you see at nighttime that when you're sleeping and you're trying to figure out how in the world can I make this happen? Well, I'm going to break down today 5 key things on how to recover from failure. So if you pay real close attention to what I'm sharing with you, if you jot down some of this information, you can start to transform your life, walking into Successville and really recover from maybe some of the failures that you might have had in life, whether it's in your health, it's in your business, it's in your family lives. I'm going to cover these 5 keys how to recover from failure. And I'm going to be talking from some of my own personal experience, things that I've went through, challenges that I've had in my life that I'm going to break down how I overcame some of those and how you can do the same exact thing. For a couple of minutes here, we will be breaking down 5 keys to recovering from failure. And as we're going to go into those keys in just a few moments here, I want you to think about this. It doesn't matter where you are in life right now. It's all about where you are going in life. A lot of times you spend time looking back, man, if I can go back to my high school days, high school, I was the MVP of my football team. I was the all-star basketball player. In high school, I was the high school prom king. Or you think back to, I remember my first network marketing company. I was the top producer in my network marketing company. Or I remember 10 years ago when, the telecom industry was booming and I was in the telecom industry and I was one of the top executives. And you tend to think back to the things that you were last successful at. And you sit there and you ponder on, life was good when I was in high school. Or, life was awesome, when I was in college. And, hey, I was an all-star basketball player. Or whatever it may be, you tend to take yourself back into those times. And you start to think about where you were in life. I know a friend of mine that he has a Super Bowl ring. Got a Super Bowl ring, won the Super Bowl. And that gentleman now is in a position where he's doing something he never had to do before. You never think about these things. You see these professional athletes on TV. You cheer them on for 4 or 5 years. They go out. They win the Super Bowl. They have the fame. They have the fortune. Then at the age of like 27, 28, they're done. They're over with. They have a Super Bowl ring. Yeah, everybody know their name. But now most of them have to go out here and get a job. Start life over. So I'm going to break down with you 5 keys to take you from no matter what you're thinking, my business failed. My company that I was a part of went out of business. I failed at something. Now, I've personally went through that in several areas in my life. At times I felt that, I failed at business. Had an opportunity I was building my company. The company shut down. It went out of business. I felt like a failure. There was times when I started my health and my nutritional program. I wanted to lose weight, transform my health. And, I started to have some success. I lost 10, 20, 50 pounds, was doing good for a long time. And then, I fell off the wagon and I put some weight back on. And I felt like I really failed at doing those things. So I'm going to break down these 5 key things. I want you to pay very, very close attention. Jot these 5 things down, and I want you to apply them to your life. The first and most important thing is this, is knowing your purpose in life, who you were created to be. Now, understand this. There's over 7 billion people on planet Earth, and there's none like you. None. 0 like you. None that was created to do exactly what you were created to do. None that has your specific DNA. None that has your fingerprint. You're very unique, and you were created to do something that only you can do in this world. There is no competition in being you, and there is no competition in fulfilling your destiny. That is who you are and what you are called to be. So the first key to recovering from failure is knowing your purpose, knowing your destiny, who you are. The easiest thing I can think about is this. Imagine you have a garden, right? And in your garden, you're planting different fruits and vegetables and things along that line. And you go out and you get a bunch of, let's say, tomato seeds. And you're planting these tomato seeds. But then all of a sudden pops up cabbages. You look at that weird. You're like, what in the world is wrong? How do I get a cabbage out of some tomato seeds? No, if you plant tomato seeds, you're going to get some tomato plants. So the seed that's on the inside of you from creation that was designed for you to be a particular individual, operate in a particular field, whether it's singing, whether it's sports, whether it's speaking to people, empowering them, whether it's computers, whether it's technology, whether it's music, whatever that is, it is your purpose, it is your destiny, and it's who you are, and no one in this world can fulfill that except for you. So that's the first thing, is knowing your purpose, knowing your destiny. The second thing that you're going to use to recover from failure is this, having a sense of urgency. You got to do it now, not yesterday, not tomorrow, not next week, a sense of urgency. Because here's the thing. Once you identify what's your purpose, what's your destiny, and you're moving forward, the whole world now is going to try to come against you. Everything is going to start to fall apart. The best thing I can use to describe this is I see people time and time again get started in their own home-based business. They start to build their business, and when they really get serious, it's not when they sign up, but when I see people really get serious in building their own home-based business, little things start to happen. Your car breaks down, family member gets sick. You have a lot of distractions that pop up, and it slows down your sense of urgency. You're like, oh man, you got to go take care of this fire. Oh, you got to go take care of this problem. And you kind of lose that sense of urgency. Oh, I got to do this. I got to do that. Oh, my mom is this. This is happening. My kids are tripping. And all of this starts to happen to you. When you start to find your purpose, start to move forward in becoming successful in something, you get distracted. You gotta have a sense of urgency. I gotta do it today. I gotta get it done this week. It's gotta be completed by the end of this month. You gotta have a sense of urgency to do it now, and you have to move fast. Very, very important that you move fast, because here's the thing. The fastest way to get to successful is to move fast. You can get there slow. It's going to be very hurtful. It's going to be very painful, but you got to get there fast. So number 2 thing to quickly recovering from failure is having a sense of urgency. Do it now. Do it this week. Do it today. Get it done this month. Having that sense of urgency is very important to you recovering from failure. Because see, the longer you delay, the more you procrastinate, the more you start to think about how bad you failed at that opportunity, how bad you're not successful in life, the longer it takes you to take action and continuously moving forward at a very fast pace. You move slow, you start to worry about failing again, and you get sucked back down in that hole. You know, it's kind of like you're trying to get out of a hole. You're down deep. You know, you can try to get out of that hole real slow, or you can try to get out of that hole as fast as possible. So you got to look at all those failures you might be thinking about, worrying about. It's like things dragging you down. You can slowly try to climb out from that, or you got to have a sense of urgency. Man, I'm moving. I'm getting it happen. I'm doing it today. I'm moving. I'm stepping up. I'm stepping up. I'm stepping out. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm moving forward, continuously moving and creating that momentum, creating that excitement, moving forward, taking a step. And those things will help you to recover from that sense of failure fast and effectively. So that's number 2. Number 3 is putting together a 90-day action plan. Now, what do we mean by a 90-day action plan? If you talk to any network marketing expert, you talk to any person that's opened up a traditional business, you talk to people that are training for a marathon or a competition, gymnastics, you talk to anybody that became successful in football, in business, in their career, they had a 90-day plan of action. Now I'm specifically focusing on someone that wants to become successful as an entrepreneur. You have got to put together a 90-day strategic plan of action of what you're going to do day to day, what you're going to do week to week, and what you're going to do month to month over a 90-day period. Now this does several things for you. It helps to create that momentum that you need to help you recover from that sense of failure. It also puts together what you need to do every day. Now, I know you might have a job, or you've got kids, you got a family, you're running a traditional business, there are other things going on, you have ministry work, you have a life. So you need to lay down a 90-day plan of action. Okay, this is what I'm going to do every day. 1 hour a day. I'm going to do these 3 activities every day. I'm going to read for 15 minutes a day, every day. I'm going to listen to a positive audio program for 30 minutes every single day. I'm going to take 15 minutes and prospect people for my business every single day via the phone, via the internet. But that is your daily action plan that you lay out for every single day over a 90-day period. That's part of your 90-day action plan. Part of that is you might have weekly goals that you have set out. Okay, for this first week, I'm going to have X amount of production. I'm going to pick up the phone and dial 30 people's phone number. I am going to write 7 blog posts this week. I'm going to shoot 7 videos this week. Whatever your daily action plans are, set a weekly goal and say, okay, this is what I'm going to do in week 1. This is what I'm going to do in month 1. This is what I'm going to get accomplished in month 2. And this is what it's going to look like at the end of my 90-day action plan. So that's number 3 thing that's going to help you to recover from that sense of failure that you might be having. So number 3 is a 90-day action plan. Now, what is number 4? Now, a lot of people might think this doesn't really have anything to do with success, or, how is this really going to, help me not feel like I'm failing at something in my life right now? Help me not feel like a business failure. How is this going to help me? Well, number 4 is having a vibrant health, a healthy lifestyle. What do you mean by a healthy lifestyle? Putting the right nutrition in your body every day. Drinking the proper amount of water every day. Getting the right type of exercise is going to increase your cardiovascular activity every day. So the number four key to recovering from failure is a healthy lifestyle, improving your health on a day-to-day basis. Why is that so important? Well, as you improve your health, you're going to notice your stamina is going to increase. Your energy level is going to pick up. Your ability to focus more is going to increase. Your creative thoughts in your mind are going to come to you a lot more rapid. Your ability to remember more things are going to come back to your mind a lot quicker and a lot faster. Your energy to be able to work an extra hour a day versus saying, oh man, I've already worked my job 8-9 hours a day. That's it, kaput, I'm done. Hey, let me watch a little TV, call it night, I'm going to bed. I don't have time to build my business. Hey, I'm wore out. But that healthy lifestyle is going to give you that extra energy to dedicate that hour, that 2 hour to your business after you might have worked an 8, 9, 10 hour work day. So the number 4 key to recovering from failure is a healthy lifestyle. Exercising, drinking water, putting in the right amount of fruits and vegetables in your body. That's going to increase your stamina, increase your energy level, allow your mind to be more creative, allow you to focus more, have an increased energy level. That's number 4. Number 5 is to have faith. To have faith. What does that mean? That means you're going to have faith even in circumstances that you don't have control over. There are going to be certain parts of your life that you just don't have control over. And as you're recovering from that failure that you had in life, number 5 key is to have faith. Is to know that, you know what? I don't see the success right now that I want to see. You know, I'm doing my 90-day action plan. I'm working on my health, getting healthier. You know, I am taking action. I got a sense of urgency. I know my purpose. I know my destiny. I'm moving towards that. You might not see the results that you thought you were going to see in 30 days, but you got faith that it's going to happen. You have faith that you know that this is your purpose. This is your destiny. Things are going to fall in place. Things are going to come together the way it's supposed to come together. You have faith that it is going to happen one day, 1 week, 1 year, 1 month. It is going to happen. You're going to accomplish your dreams. You are going to accomplish the desires of your heart. You're going to be a success in your business. You're going to be a success in your life. You're going to be a success in your marriage. You're going to be a success in your entrepreneurship endeavors. You're going to become successful in your athletic arena. And you're recovering from having that sense of being a failure. Of being, you might feel fake. You might feel like you're a phony. You know, you're going to have that faith that I am going to be the person that God created me to be on this earth. I am going to fulfill my destiny. You are operating in a sense of urgency. You laid out your 90-day action plan. You're taking action every single day towards it. You're improving your health every single day. And faith is going to bring everything together for you. That you will have exactly what you have desired to in life. That you will be living that dream lifestyle that you have seen for yourself in those midnight hours. When friends were telling you there's no way that you can become successful. You're ADD, you're dyslexic, you have reading disability. People count you out that there's no way he can become successful in this type of industry, in this arena. You know, his day is done and gone. You know, he's an old timer. You know, it's time for the young folks to take over now. And when you hear all of that, you're still focused on being who you were called to be. To live out your destiny. And I'm going to share with you a quick story. I was watching a TV program today. I can't remember the name of it, but they were talking about Bill Gates and the Apple founder, Steve Jobs. and they were kind of doing them verses against each other. And the thing that kind of stood out to me while I was watching that is Steve Jobs, he founded his company, Apple. He owned the company, and the company was very successful for a while. And I don't remember if it was in the late 80s or early 90s. I can't remember the specific date. But he brought on a CEO to run the company, and they had a board. And they got to a point where they launched, I think it was Macintosh 1 or something like that. And the product didn't really do too well. The company went through a financial slump, and the board decided to vote him out. Now, this was his own company that he started from the garage that he owned, but because he brought on, financial board members and a CEO, they voted him out of his own company. He was not there anymore for 12 years. Now, imagine the thought going through his mind. You founded this company. You started it from your garage. You raised it up to a massive company, making millions and millions of dollars. And they voted you out of your own company. For 12 years, they voted him out. 12 years. I don't know what he was doing for 12 years. Playing golf, whining, having pity parties. Imagine how he was beating himself up for 12 years. Imagine how he felt like he was such a failure for 12 years. Blaming himself. Oh, I should have did this. Man, I should have quit then. I shouldn't have hired a CEO. Man, I shouldn't have let Bill Gates see my ideas about Windows and let him take that and run with it. I shouldn't have did this. Imagine all the if'a, coulda, woulda, shouldas that went through his mind for 12 entire years. Imagine how much of a failure he felt like for 12 entire years. Well, it became a point that the company wasn't growing anymore. And they went back to him and said, hey, can you come back? And he said, yeah, I'll come back. And not only he came back so hard. And he brought Apple to the world like the world has never seen it before. When he came back, that's when it came the iPad. That's when the iPod came out. Then you had the iPhones, then the iPads. And today, Apple right now is one of the biggest and the largest company the world has ever seen. They have totally revolutionized technology when you think about listening to music, taking photos, telephone, and all those technology things. That came from a man that sat around for 12 years beating himself up on what he coulda, woulda, shoulda did. But I believe that when he came back, he put some things in plan just like I just laid out for you. He knew who he was, step one. He knew his destiny. He knew his purpose. He knew his calling on what he was supposed to be. That's where you come in place. Then I'm pretty sure he had a sense of urgency from watching the documentary. He hit the ground running. He was not playing. He had these ideas. He was popping out. Let's do this. Let's get that done. Let's make this happen. Also put in place action plans that we need to accomplish this project. They say he was a very hard guy to work for because he put a lot of pressure on the people for getting things accomplished in a certain time period. Those are the things that you're going to put in your life to help you come back like never before, to help you to recover from whatever business opportunity, whatever personal issues that you felt like you failed at. So with that being said, this is what I want to do. I want you to join me next week, Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take number one and I'm going to really break it down. How do you find your purpose? How do you identify who you were called to be? How do you really identify your destiny, your calling, your purpose? So next week, Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, join me right here on my Periscope page, and we're going to break down exactly what it takes to identify your destiny and who you were called to be, because that's the number one thing. Once you find that, the other four things are going to flow right in order. So with that being said, Hey, make sure you go to andrepark.com, subscribe to my blog, so that way you can get email updates whenever my scopes are going out, whenever any of my videos are being launched, my blogs are being put up there. So that way you can keep in contact with this content that is being created for you. Because I want to empower you as an entrepreneur so you can go out and live your dreams, so you can be financially independent. You can experience better health. You can have that time freedom for you and your family, and you can do the things that you desire to do with your life. So with that being said, take care, God bless, and I truly look forward to seeing you on the beaches of the world.